Park Saunders, and I am glad that you're here today. If you'll introduce yourself, we all have Crystal. I think everybody may know her, but Crystal, would you introduce yourself?
Hello to everybody. I have not personally met Idisha. We had a short, brief conversation because when we had our initial meeting with Attorney Downs and Octavia, I believe her name was, Idisha was traveling. So I am, y'all, and Judge Saunders, since we talked last, y'all, I am now Chaplain Crystal Bates. Okay. I was surprised with I was the guest speaker at a commencement ceremony this weekend, and I was the keynote speaker, and little did I know, they had been plotting for the last few months to surprise me with my licensing. I completed a chaplain program, and I got my licensing, so I am now Chaplain Crystal Bates. And so I'm the president of DFW Metro NAACP. And I'm so excited, Idisha, that you were able to connect with us, and also Marcus as well.
Idisha, I know that you're a law student. If you'll tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, my name is Idisha Shanklin. I am a rising 2L at UNT Dallas College of Law, and I'm also the incoming president of the Black Law Students Association. So we want to help in any way that we can, in the best way that we can, to support you all. Thank you.
Thank you. And Marcus?
Yes, hello. How everybody doing? This is Marcus Turner. I want to say congratulations to Crystal Bates for being the chaplain. That's who I met first, Crystal Bates, at a justice tour. So back to myself, I'm running for Justice of Peace Precinct 3 on the north side. I'm also started my first semester with the UNT Dallas as well, public administration. And I'm looking to help as much as possible. I know even if I run, if I get the bench, which I'm speaking into the existence that I'll still be able to help from my position. But even if the cards go the other way, I just want to show my commitment and my players to do the best I can on this legal redress team.
Okay. Today, because not everybody could make the meeting, I had talked to Crystal, and I would like to talk about developing a strategy for working with the renters moratorium and what we can do to assist renters who need assistance, and as well as landlords to access the funds that are available that would prevent some evictions in our area.
And also after that, Judge Saunders, if we also, because Idisha wasn't on that last call, and she's the president of that the Black Law Association at the school. After we finish that discussion, is it okay to add her to the agenda so we can talk about some ways that we can?
Oh, yes, yes. And so I didn't know if you all had an opportunity to look at the materials that Crystal sent out. And Crystal, if you could pull those up maybe from the NAACP, which had some suggestions on them.
Okay. And while I'm pulling that up, looks like we have one other caller, Judge Saunders, if you want to let her introduce herself.
Carla, if you would introduce yourself. Carla, you're on mute.
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry, I have I'm not on video.
Oh, that's okay. We're just glad to hear from you.
Yeah, so again, my name is Carla Collier, and I'm not sure what information you want me to say, but I've been involved in politics just about all my life. My grandmother from Atlanta, Georgia, was one of the 12 that met with Dr. Martin Luther King, and so at Pascal's restaurant, and so civil rights and justice has been instilled in me and my family. I have worked on many campaigns as campaign manager, director, regional director, get out the vote, voter registration, And in my sorority, I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta. And I've been regional social action chair, and now I am regional special projects where I work with elected Deltas. And I've been involved in Denton County community where I'm a member, vice president of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Denton County chapter. I have been a member of SDEC, the first Black female in Denton County to become SDEC committee woman in District 12 with the Democratic Party. Pretty much everybody in Denton County know me and the surrounding counties.
All right. Well, very glad to have you. And Richard, if you'll just tell us a little bit about yourself. Can't hear you, Richard. You're on mute. Richard. Okay.
Okay,
We can hear you now.
I'll be a whole lot quicker than she was, okay? was an attorney, retired now, did a lot of corporate counsel work my life, live in Coppell. I'm a member of the chapter, and I haven't done much, and I'd like to do something.
Well, we're glad to have everybody today. And what I wanted to talk about today, because we have a few more members. So what I wanted to do is really talk about what we can do to assist those individuals who are about to be evicted. I told Crystal I was listening to the news this morning. I know the CEC issued a new order granting 60-day extension on the housing moratorium. I also know that the governor had granted a moratorium on evictions until October 1. And so, and he did that several weeks ago. So I am thinking that we may need to strategize on what things we can do to benefit tenants and landlords who may be eligible for the funds that are available that can be used to pay back rent and thus prevent evictions and homelessness in the community. And I'm open for any suggestions. I had asked Crystal if she could pull up, she sent us a document, and I don't know if everybody got a chance to see that, from the NAACP discussing the housing moratorium on evictions. So Crystal, could you pull that up?
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen, and likewise, I just dropped in the chat. Let me know, can you all see the document, the links that I just dropped in the chat? So if you all could save those links were shared as well.
Where are these links, Crystal?
In the chat, you see those?
Oh, just a second.
Okay, and I'm gonna share my screen now.
Yeah, I see those links.
Okay, and then after we share these documents, I think Marcus, I think he has some information prepared and is going to speak, because he started working on this as soon as I got it. I contact him, and I think he has something to present. And
well, Marcus, why don't you do that while the document is up? I just wanted to make sure everybody had a chance to see the document that Crystal sent and get the links. But Marcus, since you prepared something, why don't you go on and present that to us?
You're muted.
I just got on a video. I hate to say this, but I'm in the car right now. But I memorized basically what I wanted to say, and I'm glad that you covered it a few minutes ago. Basically, our governor has signed the order extending the evictions to October 1. Now, reading the orders, I want to reiterate, I'm not an attorney, so I'm going to pass this to our L student and the judge, and also Richard, the other attorney, so y'all can break it down. But from what I looked at and seen, it's saying that if someone has applied for the program, not necessarily have the funds. If they've applied for the program and it's, the landlord is filed for eviction, then they are pretty much entitled to that 60 days. So what I was talking to Crystal about was setting up a clinic or some type of a community engagement program where we can bring in different organizations in Dallas to assist with either helping people apply for this diversion program or just providing legal help for people who may need this help. I know one gentleman, I haven't made contact with him. His name is Mark Melton. He has a nonprofit that handles straight evictions in Dallas County. And it's a few more attorneys that I know who handle evictions or work on a civil level that I think that we can pull maybe a one-day clinic or whatever, however many days or hours that we decide that we want to open it to the community. I think that would really help as far as getting people applied so they can file to extend their eviction for at least 60 days.
So what Marcus is explaining there, which so it's one thing, the moratorium ended, and then number two, they've extended it. Number three, there are funds available that were dispersed through the CARES Act and I think through the American Rescue Act. And from my understanding, and again, you all, I am still waiting on the replay. So this information was presented through President Bledsoe, which is the state president of the NAACP Texas State Conference. So basically there were billions of dollars that were dispersed for the tenants and for the landlords. But we're in a pandemic, they're probably shorthanded. I'm not going to point the finger and say it was intentional. I'm going to say there are probably various reasons why the money hasn't been dispersed or sent out the way it should have been. And so one of the individuals on the call that they had, they had a state call with all the presidents in Texas. And one of the branches, I think in Arlington, when they found out about the funds were available, they were able to go to the local jurisdiction in Tarrant County or in Arlington and basically say, hey, we're the NAACP. We got residents that are being evicted. There's money available. What can we do to help? And they were very warm and excited that the NAACP reached out to them. So they were able to collaborate together, and the NAACP was able to make demands to them saying, we want a PSA, we want marketing material to go out, we want you to hire or provide money to organizations that already exist that can fill out the application process. So they worked together to come up with a plan to say, this is what we would like for you to do to help get the money in the hands of the residents and the landlords. And so the hope is that maybe we can design, because the unique thing about our particular branch, we got 5 cities that exist in 4 different counties. So it's not like we're just dealing with Dallas. We're not just dealing with Tarrant County. We're not just dealing with Collin and Denton. We got all of those counties. So I think a great idea would be to come up with a rough draft of what we think it should look like to get these funds out. But before we do that, and I don't know if Marcus has had time to do it or if somebody else on the call is willing to do it, we need to find out if those areas have something in place, because I don't know, some of them may have something in place. It may just be a matter of, like Marcus said, having a legal clinic and inviting somebody from those departments to share what do they have in place for people to apply to get those funds. So somebody on the call who has time to maybe call, say, I'm gonna call Collin, somebody volunteer for Collin County, somebody volunteers for Tarrant or for 2 different counties, to call them and say, we're concerned. We know that there was money dispersed. How has that money been dispersed? Who got the money? Do you need any help getting the information out to get that for the funding to be dispersed?
I like that idea, Crystal. I just looked at what the state of Texas provided.
Yes, ma'am.
And they actually have a brochure. And in that brochure, they actually have a link to the application, which I think is some information we need to figure out how to actually post this information on our website.
Okay.
Because what it does is it actually tells you exactly what you need to qualify, has the eligibility for the landlord and for the tenant. And it then gives you a link to the application. And certainly we can, I think it's a good idea to contact all the different counties, but I would like to have that information just available. So if people look at our website, they at least get a starting point on whether they're eligible and what they need to do.
So at this point, our website is not up yet. I mean, we just got a basic holding place, but what we can do is create a PDF file and we can share that on our Facebook page. We also can send it out in the newsletter. And even though we have a basic page, I do have a little bit of a computer science background degree. I just don't use it much. I do have a page on our site that has resources. So I can add the information, a legal redress line, and it just says click for, so I can put something on the website. It won't be as elaborate as I would like for it to be, but there is if you go to, you all can go to it now. If you go to DFW Metro NAACP.org, there's only 2 pages. It's one page that allows people to opt in for communications, and the second page is a resource page. So I can go in there and add it on that resource page. But also populating everything into a PDF file, because what we would need to do is say, list the 4 different counties and list the contact information and the application link and all of that for the different counties.
Okay.
So Judge Saunders, is it the county? Because I'm not sure y'all.
No, it's actually the state of Texas has you sent the link, and in the link, it has the state has actually created the Texas Rent Relief Program dashboard. And if you go to that dashboard, you log in, it's where the application is and everything that you can actually apply to. So I think that is probably, if we could somehow get that link connected.
Now, there are 2 different types of funding. So,
right.
So it may be funding available on the state level, but there's also local money that went to the local jurisdictions too. So we would also need to do the research to provide that information too.
Right, but I think this gives them an idea, a quick idea of what they could qualify for.
Right.
Because, and tells them what they need to do.
Is it on this page, Judge Saunders?
It's on,
oh, maybe this is it.
I started with, you sent in the chat message.
Oh, okay. It's on this call, on the chat.
On this call, you sent in the chat message.
Okay.
And one is the NAACP, at the top is the Texas.
Okay.
And if you click on that, and I'm trying to get back to my Zoom, I've figured out how to get back to that, the Zoom. Okay, it's that texascourts.gov program and services.
Okay.
And if you click on those, it takes you through the link, and you go down to the bottom, and then there's another link. And so it gives you basically all the information.
Where it says stopeviction.org.
Yeah, you can go there. And I went to texasrentrelief.com. Go see, and that's the state's dashboard with the application.
Okay, and this is the brochure.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, finding a way to populate. Now, this is a lot of information. It's not a lot.
I think,
but I guess once we put it in some order, so because I just want people to easily be able to see.
I think
exactly what they want.
If you just go to the rent relief screen
right here.
Don't walk them through the one with the blue in the house. Where you can apply. I think that's the screen that we ought to send them to.
Okay. Okay.
Rather than having to go through all the different screens. I think that is the most helpful.
Okay. And then again, so do we have anybody on the call that would be willing to reach out? Or Marcus, have you already did it, or were you planning to contact the local jurisdictions as well? Because again, There's money available through the American CARES Act and Texas, what was the other one? The American something and the CARES Act. There's two different ones. But we still, so we can provide this information too, but there's someone on the call that would like to volunteer to help call at least two of the counties or either the cities to see if there are also other funds available as well.
So are you really wanting us to follow up? The people who do the evictions are the justices of the peace courts.
Okay.
So
the county,
are
right?
you asking that we follow up with the justices of the peace courts in the different jurisdictions? Because I was going to say, Richard, I know you live in Capel. Would you be willing to check in with the JPs who service that area?
Yes,
Okay.
I might need a little more information what I'm checking for again.
Okay.
For these documents, I'll make sure to send them out. Judge Saunders, would you like for me to send them out via the email so everybody will have it?
Yes.
Okay. And after the call, you just let me know what all you want me to include.
Okay. And what I think we ought to talk about today is exactly what, you're right, Richard, exactly what we want to ask the JPs. And I think to start out, we want to ask them what information they provide to tenants and landlords concerning resources to prevent eviction.
Judge Saunders, I have a quick question. Are you taking notes over there too?
Yes.
Okay, great. Praise the Lord.
Is
I'm like,
there-
okay, do I need to be taking notes?
What other things do you think we would need to know, Richard, when to prevent evictions? I know we want to ask them what they need, what information they're.
They need to know that.
I don't know why I'm getting the feedback. Any other suggestions on what information we would need to know?
Oh, there,
Deadline. This is Carla. I think we probably should ask. I know that the information is probably in the link, but if there's any deadlines that we need to be aware of that's coming up.
Okay, that's probably not a question for the JPs. That's probably, we've got to go through the material. But one of us can agree to research the material and provide information on all the deadlines. Is there a volunteer for that? Carla, you want to do that?
I can do that. Also, I can contact Carrollton. I know the JP judge in Carrollton.
Okay, so you'll contact Carrollton.
Chris
Okay,
Lopez, yeah.
and you'll do research on deadlines.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now,
Just to let you know, I am a paralegal, so.
oh, okay, great.
Contract manager by trade, so.
Okay, great. Richard had asked what exactly do we want to know, and we'd come up with one question. What else do we want to know other than what information they provide to the tenants?
if any.
If any.
now here are a list of things, but I don't think these are questions like what you were explaining to Carla. I don't know if these are applied to the JP. And this was in the document that I sent, the agenda, August 2021. It says, what are the entities that receive the money? Because some entities did receive it. So we wanted the NAACP statewide was encouraged us to ask for them to provide information data on what entities received the money, the CARES Act money funds received, how much did they receive, how much, so it was CARES Act funds, and then how much money was received from the American Rescue Act funds, how have the funds been dispersed, specify the demographics, who got it, And how are they disseminating the information to the community? And what can we do to make sure the community is aware of the funds available? How can we partner in this effort? What more can they do to help get the information out? And then find resources, volunteer attorney programs to assist with filing the proper paperwork for citizens. And like you said, I don't think those questions are specifically for the JP.
Right, those would be for the county commissioners, because that's generally how the funds are broken down to the counties and to the cities. And we can certainly, what I was interested in, since the JPs are the ones who actually do the evictions and can actually stop or prevent an eviction, is what the JPs, what does the landlord or the tenant need to do at the JP level to prevent?
That makes sense. Sorry, I'm just like.
That's another question for the JP.
Right.
Now, Marcus, did you have any information on that? And Adisha, do you feel like any of these areas that your students would be available or interested in?
Absolutely. So if you could send me a list of some of the things you would like for us to do, what I'll do is we have a big group message. I'll send it in there. And from there, I'll be able to determine who's interested in helping out with what.
Okay.
Okay.
And also, what I was saying, I'll be sitting in Judge Sasha Moreno court next Wednesday in eviction, so I'll be able to ask her a lot of questions about evictions, and she'll tell me how she runs it. The only difference here is we have about thinking 3 or 4, maybe 8 different JPs who may be in this area. So we have to see what the JPs think about these programs, because it's been JPs who've denied people even though they paid their rent assistance. So I think it's going to be essential for us to partner with other nonprofits if that's available, because they actually have experience with these JPs. But also, we can get a direct link to these JPs as the particular JPs in those jurisdictions.
I would like to know what the JPs, because if you got each JP requiring something different, to me, that's a problem, because the act ought to be enforced the same way no matter what court you're in. So I want to find out, have the JPs come up with a process where they handle these applications?
And that's what we can make the proposal. That's what I really would like for this group to do. Well, you're in charge, Judge Saunders, but it sounds like that would be an idea for us to come up with a draft of what we think suggests what that should look like.
Yes. JP should have standing orders. So depending on what standing orders will be released coming up soon, depending on which all the JPs sign the standing orders, these are going to be the JPs that are going to go by the same program. Now, like y'all, I agree with,
Go ahead.
Yeah, so when we see those standing orders in these different counties, we'll be able to know a little more about which judges are going to be in alignment about these evictions.
Okay, so we need to, the question, Richard, we need to ask then is, what are your standing orders for handling evictions when individuals are eligible, may be eligible for deferment of eviction through the CARES Act or the other acts? And what we can do is formalize those questions and send those questions out, so we're all asking the same questions to the people we're talking to.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Carla, Richard, Adisha?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And I see Attorney Delia has tuned in. I don't know when she got in, if she heard there. We're talking about the housing moratorium.
Right, I gathered. I'm actually sitting outside the courthouse.
So I don't know if you wanted
Listening.
to chime in on that as well.
Not right now. I didn't hear enough to make a
Okay.
comment, but I kind of got what's happening.
Okay.
Okay. So we've got 2 questions. Any other questions you all think we ought to ask the JPs?
I mean, I guess ask them, is it anything that we can do to assist with them initiating, preventing the people from being, is it anything that they personally know that we can do to help in them doing what they need to do to
Okay.
prevent the evictions?
Or to make it so that people go to them with the right information. I mean,
Right.
make
'cause
their
they may
job
be-
easier. Make their
Right.
job easier.
Right, exactly. Because it could be a case that, yeah, they have funds, they want to help, but then they have X amount of tenants that are coming in that don't have this or don't have that, they have misinformation. So I agree with Richard, what can help? What issues have they ran into? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me ask you this. Is there anyone who wants to volunteer to get the names of the organizations that we could possibly partner with who actually will assist people in completing the application and possibly representing them doing work? And what contacts do we need to make with the landlord organizations to help facilitate the process? Because my understanding is landlords could also file.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'll continue reaching out to the people that I know for sure handle these cases, the nonprofit organizations, and I'll see what resources Judge Moreno and other Mike Jones, another JP, has to offer me when it comes to evictions in their court as well.
And what county are you reaching out in?
Now this is going to be Dallas County, so this may be appropriate for Coppell as well as Carrollton. I think Carrollton is split between Dallas and Denton.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go to that
Dallas.
event tomorrow, Marcus, a lot of those elected officials are going to be at that event tomorrow night.
Okay, yeah. See, I may go. I'm gonna call Bill Gibson and see if he's going. And then if I'm able to get in, I can.
If you're available to
go.
go, I can try to figure out. I can
Okay.
make a way for you to go. And for anybody else, let me know. Their Black Chamber of Commerce has an event tomorrow evening, and I know there should be a lot of elected officials there. So I think it's from 5:30 or 6 to 9.
Okay, so you're going to be working, Marcus, on the organizations that can assist and that we could partner with. Now, are those organizations tenant organizations, or are you going to also work on finding out what landlord organizations exist?
Now, the organizations that I'm speaking on today, they are primarily tenant organizations.
Okay.
I can look and see if there's a landlord organization. I'm not really too sure of where to begin. But like I say, when I get in contact with these JPs, maybe they'll point me in the right direction. Or and I'm meeting with John Warren tomorrow. I ask him to see if he has any more information about these programs as well, or maybe these entities we can partner with.
Is there anyone who wants to do the same thing for Tarrant County?
Now, I met the JP for Tarrant County too. What I can do is reach out to one of the JPs in Tarrant County and kind of go meet with them and see their process. I just don't know their schedule. I haven't made contact with them yet, so I would have to reach out ASAP.
Okay.
You'll do Dallas and Tarrant, Marcus?
Yeah, I do Dallas and Tarrant.
So we just need Denton County done?
And Colin?
Okay. Is in Collin County. Well, since we don't have any, if we don't have any volunteers right now, we can solicit some in the email, Crystal,
Yes, ma'am.
when we send out that information. And I'll start seeing what I can find out in Denton County. But if there's anyone who wants to do that, don't hesitate to let me know. And I'll see what organizations are out there for Denton County.
Now, when you send that to me, you'll have the email with those questions in it.
I'll have the questions when I send it to you. And I'm taking notes, so if I miss anything and you've got notes that say something different, don't.
Oh, I
hesitate.
didn't take notes. When you told me you were taking them, I left it at that. But I did, I'm recording it if you want me. I'll send you the recording too.
Okay, that'll be great.
Delia stated in the chat, can we put together a list of organizations that offer financial assistance for tenants to pay their rent? Perhaps JPs could also provide those resources to tenants upon filing of evictions. And then United Way of Denton County is a big provider of resources too. Now that's a great idea too. Once we populate the resources, make that available to the JPs. So when residents and landlords come in there, they can share that document with them. That's a great idea, Delia. I like that.
Okay. I think we get this information, and now we have to decide when we want this information back. Because what I wondered is, I'm thinking, Adisha,
Yes.
if we, that may be a project that could be done by phone. Do you think any of the students would be able to look up information on Collin County if we sent you all that question?
Yes, if you send me the question, I can get a group of people who could help out.
Okay, all right. And do you think we should try to have this information back by the 10th when we have our next meeting? Or do you think that's too soon?
You asking me an audition? Me? Is that for me, Judge Saunders?
That's for anybody. I'm just trying to get
Okay.
a deadline date so that it doesn't slip and we actually get it done.
I think it's I personally think it's reasonable for on the 10th that we could like have a touch base and gather the resources that we have. I know for sure I'll probably have resources, but I know how tricky it is to get information these days. So I'm gonna be on the ground the next few days, and I'm gonna try to have something. So yeah, I think a touch base would definitely be a good thing. I just don't want to put pressure on people because I know sometimes resources can escape us, and sometimes people give half information. So I think the 10th is a good date for at least another touch base to see where we're at with it.
Okay.
If I
Adisha,
don't
do you think
start
that,
doing my stuff by the 10th, then you ought to kick me out.
We're not gonna kick you out no matter what, so. we're
I
just
mean, you know, you gotta have something to try. I mean, like Marcus says, it may be some closed doors that haven't gotten blasted through yet, but got at least knock on the door.
Yes, yes.
Adisha, do you think that turnaround is decent for your students?
Yes, but if y'all could please send me that information today so I can let them know today. Thank you.
We'll try to get that out.
I think that's a great idea, Judge Saunders, since we already have the meeting scheduled for the 10th.
That's what I was thinking. And then, like you say, it'll be a touchback. We may not have all of the information, but we will have a starting point.
Can I ask this? Is everybody on the call pretty familiar with Google Docs? Because what we could do is create a Google Doc and add everybody as a collaborator. And as you get the information, you add it into Google Docs so we can all populate it at once. So we'll be able to in real time see everybody populating it. So basically everybody will see it. It'll populate itself, so we won't have to go wait for information, and I'll be able to go in there and start editing it and putting it in some type of format as well. Is everybody on the call pretty much familiar with Google Docs, or have you used it?
I was and could get myself refreshed.
Okay. And if you stay on the call 2 minutes afterwards, Richard, I'll do a run through on it, and I'll remind you of it, because I was going to share some information with Judge Saunders as well.
And I see it is 12:51. I don't want to take up too much time because I appreciate you all being on the call. Is there anything else that you all want to add such that we can include it? I did like Adisha, I wanted to give you just a few minutes to sort of explain what the students are willing to do for us, since many people were not on that call. So if you want to take the floor at this time.
Yes, so I haven't been able to really have much of a conversation with everyone. Octavia mentioned that she sat in on the last call and she said she will be supportive of it, but I haven't had a conversation with our membership just about ways that they can help out yet. So I'm really not quite sure yet.
Okay. Crystal, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yes, thank you. Adisha, with the requirements that you all have for graduation, and then maybe some of the focus and goals of the Black the Attorney Association, are there areas of need such as different things that you want the students to do that possibly we can use our platform and partner with? And so just an example, you may have other things. One thing we talked about on the call with Octavia was possibly doing some legal clinic type presentations on different things. And I know I sent a document out and I mentioned workers' comp, not workers' comp, but workers' rights, tenants' rights, and maybe some other things, but are there specific requirements or focus points that you all as an organization that you all look for to expose your students to, that possibly we could partner with?
Yes, so in a couple of
how
weeks,
can we help you all? Like, what can we give to you all?
in a couple of weeks, we're putting to, well, we've already pushed it out, but we're doing a back to school drive, and we're giving $500 to 3 schools in the DISD area. So that's something that we're raising funds for right now. We've raised about $750 so far, so we're halfway to our goal. Thank God for that. And so definitely community service and outreach. You want to do a lot more of that this semester. We would like to participate in legal clinics if that opportunity avails itself. And so, yes, it pretty much is community service, and anything that you all have, like I said, we'll be more than willing to support you all, but definitely more community service opportunities. That's what we really want to do.
Okay, so this weekend on the 8th, before everybody gets off the call, we are partnering with Westside Baptist Church. They are having a back to school fair, and they are allowing our NAACP branch to set up a table. And I would like for us to do voter registration, membership drive, and then the people who have already gotten their memberships, we have their cards. We have their NAACP membership cards. So we definitely need volunteers for that. Even if somebody's not a BDR, they can hand out the white cards. They can help hand out the NAACP membership cards. They can help with the membership drive piece. But we need as many of our members and partners to join us on Saturday. No, not Saturday. I'm so sorry. On Sunday, August the 8th from 1 to 5. And it'll be a big community event. If you all are not familiar with Westside is one of the mega churches in the Louisville area. And they have members from Carrollton, Capel, Irving, Denton, all of those areas. It's a pretty large church. And so they're having that community event. I think they'll have entertainment there. They're going to be giving away school supplies, haircuts, doing hair braiding, and all kind of stuff. And so we definitely want as many people as possible to be a part of that event. And we need volunteers.
That's all that I have for this meeting today. Is there anything any other person would like to add? If not, I'd like to thank you all for joining today. I look forward to seeing you on the 10th. And Richard, if you want to stay on, I'm certainly going to stay on and get a refresher on Google Drive. And everyone else is free to leave the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. Listen, before you all leave, Judge Saunders.
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking on this task and leadership role. I don't even have the vocabulary to express how thankful I am that you were willing to do this. And then for each and every person on the call, Marcus, Carla, Idisha, and Richard, I am likewise so excited that you all have committed to this team and to our branch and to our community. I personally want to thank each and every one of you. I'm just excited, y'all, because I've been doing a lot of this on my own. And then to see that other people have the same passion, it really means a lot. God is reminding me that I don't have to carry this alone. We have people such as you all that are really passionate about this work. And I'm grateful that he has divinely placed you all in this space, and you all have been just so warm and committed to this. It means a lot. I appreciate it. And I look forward to us doing more in the future. And then just imagine just today, the number of people that we will be able to have an impact to keep them from being evicted and from landlords losing property or even getting behind on their investments in their properties and stuff. So there's a lot of work for us to do. And I'm excited about us making a difference. And that's what I pray that we continue to do.
Amen to that.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Okay, and Richard and John and anybody else that wants to stay on, we're gonna go into a little technology stuff real quick, and y'all are more than welcome to stay or depart. And then Marcus, give me about an hour, give me a call so I can talk about tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay.
All right, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so let me go back to, I can close that out. Okay, so this is the test. So I'm actually going to delete this and start over again. Go to, okay. So when you pull up, if either one of you all want to go ahead and pull up Google Drive now, so you can walk through it with me.
Okay.
If you're in a position where you can do that. But if not, let's just look at it first, and then you can go back and test it out. So in Google Drive, when I pull up my Google Drive, I got all this stuff here. So it's going to look like this, and it'll say new. And then you're going to go down to Google Docs. This is the document piece, and there are spreadsheets and slides if you want to do a presentation in here, what have you. But we're going to just look at the Google document, the Word piece of it.
Before you start, Crystal, can I ask you this? Is
Yes.
it any way to capture the chat?
Yes, I'm glad you said that. Let me, oh, thank God you said that. Thank
So
you.
so I can have those questions. So when I do my notes, I have everything.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely.
I'm sorry for distracting you.
Oh, no. I needed to do that because I always forget to save the chat. Save chat.
And the other thing, if we could copy that brochure on rent that Texas has already produced,
Yes, ma'am.
and have that available at the open house or whatever you call it.
Yeah, we could, but right now we haven't raised any money and we don't have any.
Okay,
We can
I can pay for some to just get copied and done.
Okay.
So I'll print out some
I'll be back in a little bit, okay?
and get them copied. How about that? And
Okay,
get them.
that's fine.
I'm gonna be out of town, so I'm gonna have to get them to somebody to actually, I'll give them to my husband to bring to the church.
Okay, that sounds great. I appreciate you doing that.
Okay, but
That'll be really good.
I'll make some copies because I think that information is helpful
Absolutely.
for them to have, and we could give out there as well.
Okay, that'll be great. I appreciate
Okay.
you donating those. That's great.
Okay. Now go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. Can you all see my screen? I think so.
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Yes, Google
so, yes, ma'am. So I'm gonna close this because I'm not sure you all saw it. So we'll do new and we'll do Google Docs.
Now,
And so-
how do you, let's just step back a second, Crystal. Where do I go in to how do I get to start Google Docs?
Okay, so do drive.google.com.
So I just went to try it for Drive.
Drive dot. You know what? Let me try to do it from another browser because
Do you have a Google email?
No.
Okay.
I think you're gonna need to get a Google email, I believe. But do Drive.
You
may
know,
not.
Crystal, my son's here, and he can show me how to do it.
Okay. So
Okay.
Probably easier than you.
Oh, no worries. So when you do, you'll do drive.google.com. So I'm gonna put that in the chat. Drive.google.com. And so when you do that, it'll have you to log into your Gmail account right there.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that there starts the problem right there.
So once you log into your Gmail account, it's going to look something like this. And you'll do new, and then you'll do Google Docs. And then let me see, did it ask? Let me see. It say if you don't have a, oh, I guess I moved too quick. Okay. So you'll go in here, and so basically test document. Well, you know what? I'm going to create a real one because I'm going to put everybody in there to drop their information. What is that? Housing moratorium resources for the community. So basically, I actually will say community. So this is going to be an actual document, community housing moratorium resources. That look good, Just Saunders? And you can go, so you see where I went and did that? Since you're in charge here. So you can always go right here and tap this and change the name of that to the document.
Okay, let me.
And so let me add you. Richard. Okay, Richard may not be in this, so I have to add them a little bit later. Just Saunders. Okay, so you're an editor in there. Sure.
Okay.
So you probably are going to get an email, and you have to ask for access.
Okay.
Maybe not. So you should be able to look, like if you go log into your Google Docs real quick or into your email, so you'll be in here with me.
Okay.
You remember earlier it says share it with only you. Now it says share it with one person.
Okay. Yes. Google Mail. Okay. Okay. Now see the call. Okay, who would it have come from?
Crystal at My Tax Doctor. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And then Richard, give me your email because you can still log into this with your Yahoo. Tell me your email address real quick.
I'm no Yahoo. I'm a Hotmail.
Oh, Hotmail. Now, Richard, my Rotarian brother, that's even worse.
I'm not a Rotarian either.
Oh, you're not? Have you been to any of our meetings?
Crystal, don't push your luck here. NAACP, fine. Rotary?
Okay, I'm with. I got you. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. I really thought.
I just drink with Rotarians.
Okay.
Merrill _ Richard.
At Hotmail, there it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so check your email real quick if you can, because I think it's gonna, you can still log in, you can still access this particular document. But if you wanted to,
That's what I thought. I tried to do that, and I didn't want to be working here and not listening to you, so I kind of gave up.
oh no, you're okay. So, but if you were going to create a document that you wanted to collaborate with us on within Google Docs, to initiate that, I think you would need to have that Gmail.
Yeah.
But that's not necessary. For you to access this document, check your email real quick and let me look, because I may have.
I haven't got an email yet.
Let me see.
Now, what do you have for my email address?
Richard _.
No, Merrill _.
Yes, hold on one second. Yeah, I think I did that right. Yeah, this is it. It came up. Merrill, MERRILL _Richard at hotmail.com.
That's me.
Yeah, because your name came up. So it's everybody should just did you see your email?
I didn't see it, but I'll look for it and find it. I'm gonna practice this afternoon.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna try to send you the questions. I'll want you to send me the recording so I can do a thorough job of the notes, but I'm gonna try to get the questions out this afternoon so you can get them, so we can get them to the
Students. Mhm.
to the students.
Okay, so basically, this is it. So anything you got in Microsoft Word is going to be here as well, and you can even upload documents in it, pictures in it, and everything. It's the same thing as Word. And then, so for instance, let me give you all another example. I want to show you all this real quick. Legal. So another interesting thing. Okay, so I'm gonna cut and paste this. This is what I read earlier. I want to definitely show you all this. So say something's in there, say somebody posts something in there and you have questions about it and you don't know what they're talking about. You can highlight this, and you see when I highlighted it, you see those two boxes popped up.
Yes.
So you pick comment, and you can comment what is this, or or Dallas County or Tarrant County. Okay, you can comment there, and so that's how it'll look. So when you go in there, you can come in there on you all's end. When you push those three dots right there, you will be able to answer the question, and I can come back and say, check that it's been answered. I can remove that and it'll unhighlight it.
Oh, okay, that is good to know.
And then also you can do this. You can go right there again and add comment, and you can say, if you want to address a question specifically to say Marcus. Or let's say Merle, because okay, so say you want to do it to Richard. How what about Capel? So assign to Merle. I'm going to click his name, assign. So then you can address a question specifically to a specific person.
Oh, okay.
Or you can say, change this. You can say, Crystal, remove that and change this to this, or add this. And so when Merle sees, so he's going to get an email saying when I did that, he has an email waiting in his email account now, letting him know that there was something in this document specifically that he needed to address.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you just highlight it and do that. Now something else came up. Let me see what that is. Suggest edits. So like if I have something and it's bold or misspelled, you can suggest an edit.
Okay.
So question and so somebody will look at that, suggest an edit, and they can go in there, change it or whatever, and then I can check it and say, okay, this is what we want to do.
Okay, okay,
So just like I checked it, it disappeared. It's no longer
Okay.
highlighted.
okay, okay.
So now you all know how to do the share and you know how to do the comments. That comment section is really, really important. And so then, so you can also, so this is how you initiate a comment. But if you want to look at all the comments, you just go up to the top right and everybody's comments are going to be there.
Okay.
And
All
so
right.
the one that I just clicked and said was okay, it's still listed there, but it's closed. If somebody else goes and said, well, I don't agree with that, you can reopen that discussion.
Okay.
And then you see here how I was talking about reply or mark is done, reply. So any one of you can come in here and reply specifically and say, I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay.
Now, if you only sent it to me, Judge Saunders sent it to me, would it have everybody be able to see it, or just she and I?
Everybody's gonna see it, but anybody that's in this document is gonna see it because it's in the comment section.
What she did show me, and you might want to show Richard, is if I wanted to send something just to Richard, I could initiate a document that's just to Richard.
Right, so where you would do that, you go up here and push that share and you add them right here. So where I
Okay.
added both of you, Judge Saunders could have only added you. Or she
Okay,
could have just added me.
I think I saw that. I just didn't quite understand it. Thank you.
Now, I believe, now I'm not sure. I see what you're asking and I'm not sure. Because you're asking because it was addressed specifically to you, it will only you see it. And that's going to be an interesting question. Judge Saunders, you didn't are you logged into this document?
No, I can get logged in and see if I can see it.
Yes, if you could do that, because I see what you're asking. That's interesting. I'd be interested in knowing that too. Because it's a possibility that I'm not sure. That's going to be interesting to see.
Okay, give me a minute to.
Oh, no worries.
Because I'm having trouble getting to it on my phone, so.
Okay. Do you have the app downloaded, the Drive app? You probably need to do the Drive
I
app.
have the Drive app because I have several, a lot of people using Gmail now. So I've got the Drive and I'm opening up the Drive, but I don't know now, I don't know how to find all my drives.
Okay, go to your email and that's how you're going to see the link to this document because it's sent it via email.
So it's into my Gmail account?
Yes, ma'am. Let me see what I sent it to. Yes, ma'am. The NCCU 1972.
Okay, okay, let's see how to do that. Okay. Okay. Oh, Gmail calls it workspace now, right? Okay. Primary.
This was a very productive meeting.
I still haven't gotten an email from you, Crystal.
Oh, check your spam.
You think you're spam? I don't think you're spam.
So your email is MERRILL_RICHARD@hotmail.com.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I sent it to.
It's not in my junk box.
72@gmail.com.
Now, do you have multiple email accounts?
Only that one Hotmail account. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Documents shared with you, community housing moratorium.
Yep. And so you should see a button that says request access or something.
Somehow it was in my trash.
Really?
I think. Yeah, I got two things in my trash that definitely shouldn't be there.
So save that email address for Crystal at my tax doctor.
That's weird.
Okay. 'Cause I'm in that Gmail.
Give me. I'm gonna do something. It's harder for me to do on the phone, so I shrunk you folks.
That's what I got to figure out how to do. 'Cause, if I shrink you, then I can. Okay, I don't want to do that. Oh, okay, let's see. Shrink you. Oh. Okay. Okay, how do I shrink you so I can get to my other email account?
Push the at the top right, minimize it. Or don't minimize it, do the two squared. So you see my screen right here?
Mm-hmm.
Don't push that, push that one, and it's gonna do that.
Okay, because I don't even see that. I don't.
Or you can do this one and it'll disappear.
Oh, cancel. Okay, except I don't see any of those. Let's see. Let me go to view side by side. Oh, you know what? I need to exit full screen.
That's right.
Okay, now I see minimize. Okay, now I can get into my Gmail account. Now document shared. So what did you want me to do, Crystal?
I think you may have to push request access. Or just push I think it's a blue button. You know what? Let me see.
Yeah, I see it. I see the blue button. And I push that.
Okay, so right here, you see my, oh, no, you can't see my screen. So
Okay.
yeah, it says open.
Okay, let me go back. Because I don't want to sign in. I want to. Okay, let me minimize again. Okay, that's your email. You have been invited to edit the following document. So do I click on you, your name? No.
Just push in that email, just push that blue button that says open.
Okay. Okay, then it wants me to put my email in.
Okay, so you're not signed into your Gmail account? Yes.
I thought it was. I mean, I was in there. That's how I pulled up your email.
Yeah, it must be saying that you're not signed in if it's asking you to.
So how, oh, so I'm not signed into Gmail even though I can read the email?
Right. Well, I don't know. That's crazy. That is a good point.
Because I got the email.
Okay, did you push that blue button? Was the blue button there that said open?
Okay, I pushed the blue button and it says enter my email, so I'm gonna do that. .com. Next. Okay, then it wants me to, okay, open the Gmail app on my phone. I guess my son must have set it up with all this security. Yes. Okay, okay, done that. Sign in, approved. And confirm.
You know, Crystal, I'm looking at that document and it says assigned to me. I opened it up and
Okay,
I found your email
okay,
and it had, you know, the highlight of what can we do and it says assigned to you.
right, right. So that's just an example of one thing you all can do in the document. And so you can reply to that so you'll see how it works.
Okay. Tells me to request access, and then who am I requesting access from?
Just-
You?
You just push it, just push the button and it'll
I did.
okay, yeah, because it's gonna automatically come to me.
Okay.
So you see where it says share request, share. And I don't know why it's asking me to share, because if I added you, that meant I wanted to share it. So I don't know what sense that makes.
Request sent.
So refresh your screens because you should be able to access it now.
Okay, refresh my screen. Yeah, how would I do that?
Oh, go right before it. Look at my screen. Oh, you can't see it.
I'm going to pull your screen back up.
Just click the title and it should allow you in there. Just the title of the document where it says community housing moratorium. Just click that and it should let you in. That's the actual document.
Okay, it's not. Okay, let's see. Back in there.
And see, like if we're in here together, you see Richard, you at the top, you can see who's looking at the document. So if you go in there and type anything, so go in there and type something in the actual document, Richard. Are you looking at the document?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay, did you just highlight? I see you typing, Richard.
That's me typing
Oh,
there.
that's you typing?
So you see how it's real time where we can see what everybody can work at the same time. Time when people. Judge Saunders, can you go over there and see if you can reply to one of those comments? So you can see how that works.
Okay, you want me to go back into Google Drive to reply?
No,
right?
in that document, you're looking at the document?
No,
I
I was looking at Zoom. I've never been able to get back into the document.
I
Okay.
highlighted Crystal something and put a question in.
Okay, great.
Under the third circle, third bullet point.
Okay, so you see,
Oh, okay, that's on my phone that I got all of that. Okay. Says you're the owner, open with Google Docs. Okay.
okay. So Richard, you see where I replied?
Yep. I like the response, great questions.
All right, well, what I'm gonna do, I've got to drop off, but I'm gonna practice because I want to get that information to you, Crystal.
Yes, ma'am. And if you put your agenda in a Google Drive and add me, I'll be able to collaborate with you.
Okay, I appreciate it. Glad to talk to you, Richard.
Good talking to you, ladies.
Okay,
All right.
thank you all so much. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good meeting.
Yep, thank you.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
thank you. Bye-bye. Good meeting. Richard, I'm so glad that you were willing to join this team. You're a great addition to
Well,
it.
I'm gonna beat up on Ken Hevron to get involved too, because he's actually licensed. He knows a lot more local stuff than I do.
Now John is a part of the team and also Ken. So maybe they were just busy today or either they forgot, but I sent out a
Maybe they're
reminder.
lazy and they forgot. I'm gonna beat up on them.
Please do, because I thought they would have been on the call today. I really was expecting them to be here, but hopefully, and remind them to make sure they show up on the 10th.
I will.
Okay. And
Okay.
okay. And you'll
Right.
be here for the meeting on the 10th too, right?
Just a second. August 10, yeah, I think so. At August 10 in the evening?
Yes, at 7 p.m.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm putting it on my calendar right now. I think I saw it before, but didn't do it.
Okay. And you saw the flyer, right, that was sent?
I don't know.
Yeah, you should have got a flyer as well. Now, did you
Yeah,
respond?
I think I did.
Yeah, did you respond to the poll? Because I'm trying to figure out when is the best time to have our general meetings, either on the 3rd Tuesday or on the 4th Tuesday.
I thought I did, but if I didn't, I much prefer, I did respond, and I much prefer, Ken prefers and John prefers 4th.
Okay, tell them to make sure they reply to that email, because let me show you what
I'm
we
just
have.
telling you, right, they're not gonna reply because they never, just put them all down for the 4th, okay?
Okay, so let me show you why I said that, because the officers are looking at this, because it's not just me anymore. We got officers now. And so basically, this is where everything is being populated. So that's why I said that. Hang on, let me show you.
Wait a minute, I was halfway out, I think.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, you see my screen?
Yes, it's a 1/2 inch by 1 inch.
Okay, so you
Just a
see this?
second, just a second.
Okay.
I've got to get you open back up.
Okay.
Wants me to sign in. I can see the screen, but it's really, okay, there we go. Maybe that'll help. There we are.
Okay. I'm trying to see that you reply. Okay, so basically this is why I was saying for them to reply, because the officers had me set up this poll and it populates. So basically they're going to make a decision on the responses to this, and the poll will go another probably to the end of the week.
Can I
So
just respond on behalf of the Rotary Club?
no, it's only because it went specifically to people via the their text message. So just
Well, Crystal, where's your sense of humor?
right. So reply back B, put the letter B in that text message from that 214 number.
Okay. Is this the thing?
It's 214-241-11246. So if you just pull up your text messaging and put in the number 214-241-1246 and just put the letter B in there.
What? 214.
241-1246. And just only put the letter B in there.
I can't say for all Rotarians.
Because it won't, yeah, because it won't populate. It's gonna kick it out. Just put the
I
letter.
just sent you. I just
Okay.
sent you.
Okay, let's see. This was 16.
No, I didn't reply A or B.
Let me see.
Yep. I got a text saying, thank you for participating in this poll.
Okay, great. Okay, so let me go back to the poll. And so tell John and Ken to do the same thing. That's all they need to do. Tell them don't put anything else. Just go to that phone number and put the letter B. Okay, so there it
As
is.
soon as you or I are finished, I'm going to call Ken.
Okay, great. So you see, just a second ago, it said 16. All you gotta, so now it's 17, so it registered your vote. Let me see.
You can't sneak it in, Crystal?
No, it won't work like that. It won't work like that. Richard.
Okay, I gotta get going, okay?
Okay, so yeah, there it is. It shows where you replied. So just tell them to go in there and put the letter B. That's all they need to put.
Thank heaven.
Okay, thank you so much, Richard. I sure do appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you.
Okay, thank you bunches.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye-bye.